Welcome to our podcast, Learn Biblical Greek, brought to you by Dr. William Stewart, the co-founder of Teleios. This captivating podcast teaches you biblical Greek through a verse-by-verse study of the book of Ephesians, interjecting Greek grammar, Greek word meanings, and vital theology concepts. Thanks for joining us on this exciting biblical journey. Your study will be more effective if you use the Greek text with the Bible word codes, either on the eSword download or Bible Hub website. These links are on our podcast website at www.teleiosresearch.com.
Hi, I'm William Stewart, co-founder of Teleios. Welcome back to our podcast on learning biblical Greek. I'm glad you're here. Get that Greek text out, hopefully with the Robinson codes for declension and parsing. And whatever, if there are any resources you need on the website, read our disclaimer. Of course, ask questions also as we go along. It's my privilege to bring you this podcast. Let's go to the text. We're in chapter 4 of verse 23 of Ephesians. So we're learning Ephesians and the Greek at the same time. This is a Christian life section of Ephesians. Paul is transitioning to an initial set of negative commands, talking about how we were changed at conversion to a new man, and that will allow us to become like Christ in our Christian walk. And then he'll go into a set of positive commands. So we're in that transition now. Verse 23, verb. Let's walk through it. Is there a prefix? Yes. Anna means up, reverse, recline, again, depending on the context. No, new would be the root word, and sthai, as you know from last time, is the infinitive ending for the passive verbs and the middle verbs as well. The only passive it doesn't take is the aorist. So basically this is to renew again, and it's in the present tense. We know it's in the present because of the there's no SA there, and the OU as the connector helps us know that it is in the present tense. Okay, so day, this is a conjunction, very important, often used, means and, connecting thoughts that are in a similar topic, but it's adding information as it is here, because we've, in verse 22, we've been off the former man at conversion and its corrupt passages, but now we are being renewed as Christians. So it's added information. To, short word, so you think of a article, relative pronoun, starts with a T, must be oblique, and indeed it is. It's a dative, singular, masculine, could be neuter, but and it is in this case pneumati for the spirit. So this means spirit comes from the word breath or wind, just like in the Hebrew. Noah is the word in Hebrew, and it pneumat is the root. So you can't end a Greek word in a consonant, but it does but you do add the I for the dative on the T. It does not contract because there's no vowel as there would be typically in a first and second declension. And so it basically just comes out as pneumati. The dictionary form, where there is no addition, is a pneumat, but you can't end in a T. So the T comes off and gives you pneuma in the dictionary form. Complicated enough? Sorry. 2. Again, we have a short word, starts with a T. You think of a blank article, maybe relative pronoun, but again, it's followed by a noun. OU is the genitive singular, and in this case, masculine. Nous is the word here for mind. It is in the dictionary form, it is Nous, but it's third declension. So you add then the OS, the S drops out as a reduplicated S or an S between vowels. You don't have an S between vowels, it'll drop out. Then you're left with 3 O's in a row. The original NOO, there's no S, and then you're adding an OS. One O drops out automatically, and then it stays the same. Generally, 2 O's contract to OU. But in this case, as we learned in verse 17, when we had this word, to differentiate it from the dictionary form, which is NOUS, it just stays NOOS. Complicated enough for you? Wow, I hope so, because if it's not, then you're doing better than me. Okay, umon, of course, is your in the possessive genitive plural. Okay, to be renewed, and to be renewed by the Spirit. So remember that dative could be dative of means, instrumental, or to something. So in context, we will be renewed by the Spirit of your mind. Okay, let's do a little bit more in verse 24. Kai, that's easy, and another verb. So much like the prior verb in 23, it's a infinitive. So en is the prefix. Du is the root. Then we have the sa, which is the tense formative for the aorist. That one time punctiliar completed tense, action is completed. Sthai, of course, again, is the passive infinitive ending, except for aorist, and in the middle. So clothe. So to be clothed in this case. So in the aorist, it's to be clothed. So again, it's action. I think in context when we become a Christian, because we've cast off the prior man and his behavior in 22 using the aorist, and here we have clothed ourselves. So again, this is consistent with spiritual baptism, being born again, putting on the new man, which is also pictured in the book of Colossians, or book of Colossians chapter 3, and many other statements consistent with this in Scripture. So at conversion, we are identified with Christ's death, Romans 6, and with his life, we are a new person. Wow, what a great promise. So enclothe yourself, the new man, okay? Tone, kainon, anthropon, all ending in the accusative singular masculine, okay? The endings match, so anthropos, of course, is second declension. The adjective is coming before the noun, so they're a point of emphasis like other adjectives in this section, this passage, emphasizing the newness versus the oldness. All right, let's stop there. We'll continue with the second half of verse 24 next time. Glad you're with me. It's a joy to teach you Greek. I hope you're enjoying it and gaining from it. I'll look forward to seeing you on the next video.